Yes, father confirm. It's your boy Foxy P in the building. I like your boy. The chopper of Yam and the fryer of plantain. Yes, 1995, 1999 Gidigbo champion. First Igbo governor of Lagos State. Baba say yes, can I say yes, we fit. Yes, father confirm.
Yes, father confirm. I want to welcome you to another episode of the Africa's Today Show with your tout Foxy P in the building. Holla at your boy chopper of Yam and the fryer of plantain. This episode is dedicated to Lola Big Girl. Lola Bi Girl. She bisexual. I don't know. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the main reason why I'm shooting this episode, I'm tired, been working, it's ridiculous. We're planning the APC Dallas show, but she reached out to me on social media, on Instagram, and she was like, well, follow me, the Fox himself. She was like, yo, Foxy P, you've been throwing out all these videos on Instagram. When are you gonna actually do Africa Today show? I say, I'm coming. So I can see me, I'm kind of disheveled right now, but please believe that the message is pure. The message is so pure. Right now, too many things are happening in Africa, deadly. As you people know, dollar value, what is it doing? It's moving up. Let me say this right now. As somebody who, when I went to Nigeria in August of last year, I think August or July of last year, it was around like 165. Now, dollar is selling for 425 naira per dollar. If you have anybody that you're paying school fees for before, pay for 2 or 3 people now. If you have anybody that you are giving pocket money of maybe 30,000 naira, don't say that, okay, now I'm giving 30,000 naira every month, which used to be like $200. So now, because dollar has doubled against the naira, let me start giving you 100. No. Now, this is the time where you now move it around. Instead of giving just your brother, give it to one of your cousins as well. Because this is where you can do beautiful things. If you have house in Nigeria you have been building since, block, the price of block has not changed. Cement, Dangote is doing cement right there in Nigeria. You have to go down there and tell them that, look, take this double dollar value, confirm, and finish my house. Don't let them stop at deck, Roof, if you're doing bungalow before, go for duplex, confirm. It's crazy right now, it's ridiculous. Different people are saying different things, that, oh, the reason why dollar is so high right now is because the parallel market, the real market, the regular market that you're talking about with federal government and the bank and everything, they're still selling dollar at like 160 something, 170 something, or maybe 200 naira per dollar. But black market selling at 400 because Bureau de change are always aboki that used to change dollar. They stopped giving them dollar. So right now it's scarce. It's almost like, you remember Hurricane Katrina. When Hurricane Katrina happened, people were buying a bottle of water for $10. A bottle of water usually can be like $1. All of a sudden they're buying for $10. Not because the water inside is different. Not because there's like gold inside. Now when they drink it, they're drinking precious metal. No, it's because it has become scarce. So dollar is now scarce. A lot of people that do business, oh, the scissors has come out. A lot of people that do business in Nigeria, people that go out and China, they go and buy stuff in China, in all kinds of places. I even heard that people that even do local business, even in Ghana, they themselves, they use dollar to travel. Because even if you're going to Dubai, you cannot just take naira and just go to Dubai. Why can't you do that? You don't know where you're going. You can't just change naira into Dubai money and go to Dubai. You might be branching into UK during that trip. So they take dollars so that way they can exchange. So when they go to Dubai, they change dollar to Dubai money. When they go to London, change dollar to London money, confirm. So a lot of these people, they need dollar to do their things, of which I was not hearing the news that the thing did not affect, contrary to what we were told, the thing did not affect school insurance. So if you're in school and your parents are supposed to give you money in dollar, you should still be able to go to bank to go and collect the dollar and send to you, of which I know that's foul. It's foul because usually, a lot of the times, it's very difficult to go into a bank and be like, oh, change my money into dollar, let me send it to my PK. They'll be like, so that AFCC can come and catch us. So a lot of our parents used to change money black market. And when one of our uncles is coming to America and say, here's $2,000, give it to my son. He's in school in Chicago. Shebi, you're going to Chicago. Now I'll be like, no, I'm not going to Chicago. I'm going to America. And it's the same place now. Whereas that one is going to California. Now start figuring out a way to send that money to you, confirm. So dollar has gone crazy against the naira. So if you're doing anything right now, do it. My junior brother who moved from Houston all the way back to Nigeria, he has turned our house to Bureau de change every single day. He's now the one that's selling dollar to Abuki. He has already told me that, look, clear out all of your money, whether it's inside your 401k, all that money that you have saved up, put your house on double mortgage, send dollar to Nigeria. I'm like, dang. It's like, look, I don't care if I have to send somebody pay for their flight. I can give you $2,000 for them to fly into Niger, but we need as many dollars as possible. So I've been sending dollar to Niger. Send like $3,000 before, about to send like 10K. Just be sending dollar. Just be sending dollar. I don't know what's the main reason. Anybody that understands it, please put it in the comment section below. Why is dollar value climbing so high? Some people say it's because of oil, because oil value has fallen, blah blah blah. I don't think that's the case. Some people say, oh, it's because Nigeria import more than they export, but we export oil. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why. I mean, on a layman's terms, I can look at it and say, you know what? Based on the volume of trade between Nigeria and the foreign countries, it could be that there's some inequality, so that's why the naira is falling against the dollar, or maybe because of oil prices or whatever. But that's kind of like, I think the main thing is there's a scarcity. There's a scarcity of dollar people can put their hand on like this. But what does that tell you? The fact that our leaders are still thieving dollar daily. Talking about leaders, we're getting the news all the way from Uganda that Museveni was the president, got into power in 1986. Long time ago. He's been in power 30 years now. What did he do recently? He won the election. 5th time he won the election. This is somebody that when he came in after Obote ruled Uganda. Then he now had Idi Amin. Obote now came back. They now had some power tussle and everything else. And he now came into power. There's somebody who came in that, oh, let me give you something new. As a young guy. My nigga, if you were young 30 years ago, you're not young now. This guy is in his 70s. Leave this thing alone. Of which I now found out that one of the reasons why he came into power was because they shut down social media that whole weekend during the election. You already know. Social media is an agent of change. Look at Arab Spring. Any single time that you see young people coming into power is because of social media. We're the ones that push things out there. We'll let you know what's going on and we'll tell you to go and vote where you're supposed to vote. And any place that nonsense is happening, people will do what? They Snapchat. So follow me on Snapchat, comedian Foxy P. I follow everybody back. So that way you can message me and I can message you back. Confirm. So they shut down social media and I was like, dang. Of which one of that old cargo was also there as a United Nations inspector of that election. Guess who it was? Obasanjo. Oh! Chineke na no eligwe. Let's leave that story right there. Talking about good things that are happening. I don't know whether you guys are following this story that's coming out of Nigeria. There's this one girl who's selling bread. She's a bread seller, Ooni bread. That's what they call them. It's not their last name or their custom name or their title name. It's not a military force that they join. It's just the name that they call them. Ooni bread. This guy, her name is Jumoke. She pretty much was selling bread. Tiny Temper, that's a Nigerian boy that's in Jand. He's doing a photo shoot with T.Y. Bello. The girl was walking past. She's like, they're taking a picture, but I have to sell my bread. She walked past, they took a picture inside the shoot, and guess what now happened? People now saw the picture, they're like, who's that model? All of a sudden, the girl now blows. She explodes. She go into the stratosphere. 27-year-old woman, married with 2 children, we're now finding out that every single person that said, I'm going to help you, they've given her children a scholarship. They went and gave her a house to live in. They did all kinds of things. Now she's a model on the full right. It reminds me of who? Oluchi. You remember Mnet, Oluchi, back in the day, that her mom used to like roast corn. All of a sudden now, Oluchi now blew up. Blew up. But yeah, Oluchi blew up and now she married one Italian man. So now I'm looking like, this Jumoke babe. With this her 2 pickings. She gonna marry one foreign man now that she's become supermodel. No, her husband just came out and said, look, that's my wife and everything else is joining together. My problem is this. Every single person that's helping that family, what are they doing? They're upgrading Jumoke. They're upgrading the baby. They've upgraded her all the way up to 2016. She's looking nice, looking beautiful, looking real chasco. Her skin, her face. I'm like, damn, natural beauty is in Nigeria. That's one of the reasons why a lot of American babes don't like their husband or their boyfriend or a man that they are looking at that's climbing them raw to be entering Nigeria any kind of trip. Because you can go there and go and see some natural talent. So this baby is looking so beautiful. They've upgraded her to 2016. What about her husband? They left that man in Atlanta 96. Talking about Atlanta 96, we're getting a news that Olympic is coming. Oh, Jesus Christ, not in a league way. We're going to be in Brazil. Brazil is where the next Olympic going to be, Ginger. Talking about ginger things, we're hearing the news from Cameroon that this one guy, King Ahumbi. This guy is a king, a royal father, confirmed. This royal father, what happened to him is Pale die. As his Pale die, what does Pale do? Because of their culture and their tradition and as royalty, he had to now inherit. He inherited his father's wives. Now I'm thinking about it like, dang, okay, my papa died now. It's only my mother that I married. I can't inherit my mother. Some Oedipus complex going on there. But you cannot inherit your mother. So what did he inherit? He inherited his father's 78 wives. 78 wives and 500 children. I was like, dang. Pale. He didn't do things so, which means that the man is a sports climber. He's a sport fucker. Every single day as he just come back from farm, he just enter inside yard, climbing somebody. Maybe he can climb 1, 2, 3, or 4 of a wife that same night. Can you imagine that? Of which, since the guy inherited the wives, 78 of them, he now added his own natural wives and married more. So now he has married over 100. We're also getting the news that a brand new king that they crowned in Oyo State. Everybody's so excited that, oh, we have a new Ooni. Everything is looking good. The guy has married a new wife. Oh. And people were now strong in face like, why can't you marry a new wife? I said, who don't like better thing? What happened when that central bank guy that went to go and collect title in Kano? What happened when he married 18-year-old girl? Everybody's strong in face like, oh. If he can do it, let this new king do it too. He want to enjoy his life. It's a beautiful thing to be a king. I wish I was a king. Damn. Ain't me sliding no DMs no more. Just gonna hang back. Somebody come and meet you. Can I be a CEO? Say, well done. My brother stole my land. Oh, okay. And I want you to introduce my daughter. Look at your daughter like, see the girl hips. You can tell that she has a bright future behind her. And they turn around. Hey. Okay, you know what? You're my in-law now. Let's go and collect that land. Ginger. Talking about things that are gingering people, we're getting news from Nigeria that a man decided to take on a bet. Now, betting is not a bad thing. Of course, it says in the Bible you should not bet, but the Bible also says that you should not climb your neighbor. So, why not can you not bet? This guy got into a bet. What was the bet? He went to go and buy a sachet of Chelsea dry gin. He was drinking it, and then the owner of the place said, this guy, you like Chelsea? He said, I like it and that. I did like, I feel drink like 50. They said, you can't do it. Oh. The guy said, I can. The mallet that's selling the hot now said, I'll give you 20. If you can drink all 20, it's for free. If you can drink all 20, take 500 naira. That's how he now did the betting. This guy drank the 20 sachets. As he finished drinking it like this, he went to his house. As he's chilling there, wanting to sleep, that's how his belly started hooking him. Come on, that's how the guy mud. Can you imagine now? Shayo made the guy mud. Talking about things that people are doing on top of Shayo. We're getting the news that a flight that was going all the way from Algeria to Paris. What happened in that flight? The one of the passenger that's been drinking. You know how it is when you're inside plane. You be drinking like it's almost they're giving you a drinking competition. As this auntie, I just walking past her, auntie, please. Auntie, dark skin, I bet, can you bring me beer? Auntie, light skin, can you bring me a drink? Auntie, Mirinda skin, I bet, please, can you give me wine? He was drinking. That's how peace now started hooking him. As that peace was hooking him, he became unruly. They say you cannot go and congregate in front of the toilet. You have to wait till that light says vacant or empty. Well, knowing their own language in Algeria, they probably say vroom janja. So anytime you say that thing, you have to go there. So basically, this guy decided that he cannot wait. He now pull out his penis and he pissed on passengers. Ay. Can you imagine you have been talking to your baby on the internet since. You say, baby, I love you so much. You're so beautiful, you're so tasty. Every time I see you, I understand the fact that there is a God. Because Adam's time, he created the Garden of Eden. In the time of Moses, he created the firmament. In my own time, he created you, beautiful baby. You're now bath up, cack up. Say I'm going from Algeria to Paris to go and meet my baby to celebrate Valentine. Knowing fully well that when she pick you up, you guys are going to go to a restaurant. You're not going to really have time to freshen up or whatever. So you want to wear your Sunday best. So when she sees you, she'll be like, dang, there is a God. That's how a passenger come and pies on you. Oh, you rhyme. It's a terrible thing. Talking about what hot drink is doing to people who are getting the news from Saudi Arabia. Oh, this one man, I'll call the guy Pious. The guy wants to smuggle drink. Hot drink, apparently hot drink is banned in Saudi Arabia. People pay a premium, the same price that they pay for cocaine here in America. They probably pay for Saudi Arabia because hot drink, the guy smuggled not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 12 bottles of hot. Now, he didn't put it in his luggage because he can sell the luggage and he can find it. He can scan the luggage and find it. He puts it on his own person. He tied that thing with rubber band. He used all kind of rope and njebi to hold that thing around himself. And what happened now? When they were sashing him, they saw it on him. You know when you go to that security and I said, raise up your hand. They just scan. Hot drink, hot drink, hot drink. That's how they scanned the guy and they found that, you know. They found 12 bottles of hot drink. So I was like, dang, they said this guy is facing almost 20 years in jail. And I was like, these are things that we take for granted here. As in, for me personally, 12 bottles of hot drink. That's a nice weekend. It's not going to even extend past. But this guy was ready to risk his life, risk every single thing in his future to make sure he can carry that hot drink inside. Damn it. There are too many things we take for granted in Obodo Igbo. And then finally, on a much lighter note, you know, we started this new thing we called Africa Today's Show Street Interviews, where we ask people questions. You know, I had my brother, Hendamer, pretty much help out with, like, you know, asking people questions on the street. So I told him, I was like, yo, can you please go out there and find out how much the man spent on his engagement ring, you know, for his wife.
Our viewers have asked, how much did the man spend on his engagement ring?
His life savings. If you want to marry me, sell your property, your parents' property, your land, kill your dog, use it and do suya, sell the suya, go to India, can sell your kidney, everything. In fact, I don't want ring anymore. I want land. Land.
Ah, so how is he not going to pay for the wedding?
Sell the other kidney. Lot.
But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that's all I have for you today. You guys are absolutely amazing. This one was slight work because I had to come back. I've been traveling. My work took me all the way to Miami. I was in Miami for a whole week. I'm talking about my full-time job. You guys know for a fact that I went back working full-time. Did I ever tell you guys the story why I went back working full-time? Alright, I'll tell you. Maybe this might inspire somebody. So I decided to quit my job to do comedy full-time. This was maybe like early 2014, maybe like February. So I went into comedy full-time. Then I found out something that was absolutely amazing. I was doing comedy full time. I loved it. It was great. I saved up enough money. Before you quit your job to do your side hustle, make sure you have enough money to pay your bills for a certain number of months. Different people have different things that they say. Some people say 6 months, some people say 12 months. I had 11 months saved up for my bills. Every single month I need $3,300 to be able to just exist. Based on my mortgage, my car notes for my first car. The second car is already paid for, but I have to pay insurance. Taking care of my parents back home, sending money, everything, you know, health insurance, whatever. I figured it out. I had a personal, like, banker and, you know, financial analyst that did the whole thing for me. You know, $3,300 was how much I had to have every single month. So I saved up enough for 11 months. And then I went full-time into comedy. And when I was in comedy, I didn't even spend any of that money that I had saved up for that 11 months. Because you know how it is, very cyclical. You can get some gigs some months, you won't get any gigs. So I did that. And over time, I got to realize something. When I was working full-time, I was able to put up like Instagram videos, you know, do Africa Today Show on a pretty regular basis. But once I became full-time comedy, guess what now happened? All of a sudden, I'm drinking NSC on a daily basis. Wake up in the morning around like 11. You already open one bottle of NSC. By the time the day ends, you've already downed that whole thing. Why? Because nobody's checking you. Of which some of your old friends that you used to hang out with before, but you stopped hanging out with because you have a responsible job, you have to be somewhere from 9 to 5. All of a sudden they find you, started smoking weed, started doing all these things that were not really me. And I found myself now, the comedy thing I said I was doing, I wasn't even doing it full time. Like, let's be honest, like I was spending most of my time just chilling in the house. Before I wake up in the morning around like 6 or 7, get up, you know, take a shower, get dressed, go to work. By the time I come out from work, you know, go to the gym, work out for like an hour or two. Before I come back, I'm already talking to people on the phone, planning what I'm supposed to do with the comedy game. By the time get all the touts to come here, we're shooting videos, we're doing all kinds of things. But when I was doing it full time, I found out I had so much free time on my hands. All of a sudden, you're calling people you're not supposed to call. You're hanging out with the wrong people. You're doing things. You're indulging in substances you're not supposed to indulge in. You're taking trips. I mean, it was almost like the first 2-3 months that I was doing comedy full time. I think I went to Miami, went to Puerto Rico, went to Jamaica. Like every single weekend, every single week, because during the week, Monday to like Thursday, I don't have any gigs, no comedy gigs. Every comedy gigs are like on, you know, people are doing wedding, baby shower, you know, ASA events. That was on the weekends. So pretty much, I just had the weekends to do work. So during the week, I was free. And that free time, an idle mind is a devil's workshop, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. So over time, I was not like, dang, like I'm actually doing less now that I have all this time, you know? And that's one thing about those of us that went to school. I say those of us that went to school because I don't want to knock anybody who didn't go to school and they're in business. Those of us that went to school we're not taught how to have our own business. We're taught how to work for somebody else. So we're taught that kind of lifestyle where you wake up in the morning, you go and work in somebody else's company, and at the end of it you come home and do whatever you need to do. Whereas someone that didn't go to school, they have that business sense. They're on that hustle mentality. They look at 24 hours as 24 hours to do business. I don't look at 24 hours as 24 hours to do business. I look at my 9 to 5 as my time to do business because that's what I'm conditioned to do. So for those of us that are conditioned that way, when we now don't have any work to go to, it's free time. We can do whatever else. I mean, I'm eating out like almost like 6 times a week. These are things I never used to do. Going crazy, going ham, spending money on things I never used to spend money on. And then I had this one recruiter that was like coming after me, which is why I tell people, pursue your education, pursue your certifications in your own field. So that way, when you decide to go full-time to do whatever your passion is, you still have that to fall back on. This guy had been pursuing me for like almost like 6 months. Like, oh, there's this one job that just opened up, this company is about to go public, and I'm like, and there's no way I'm coming back full-time. This guy pursued me. I asked Mama Junior, like, yo, look into it. I asked my parents, so like, yo, look into it. I mean, if they're trying to offer you good money. So like, look, I'm not going to come back for anything less than 100. And the guy was not like, 100, like $100,000. That's it? Why didn't you tell me this 6 months ago? So basically, they made me an offer I couldn't refuse. It's actually I'm actually working a job right here in Baltimore. So I've been doing that since I believe they hired me like July of 2015. And I've been working that job. It was really, really difficult though. I mean, I'm one of the worst employees you could ever have in your life because getting to work was really, really hard. But now I think I've conditioned myself because coming back from not working for so long for somebody else, I've conditioned myself. The reason I'm telling you guys this story is 2 reasons. Number one, Africa Today Show viewers. I always feel like I can tell you guys anything. Is like my family. And also because you never know, somebody might be watching this and thinking about going into, full-time doing their own hustle. Nothing wrong with that. But I found that by working full-time, I have a paycheck that's coming. I don't even touch my paycheck. That's how crazy it is. I can focus on comedy on the weekends and in the evenings like I'm talking to you right now and make enough money where I can pay my bills doing that. So my output never really came down after I stopped doing comedy full-time. It's still on that level in terms of like the money I'm generating. But then my full-time job, all that money is just sitting in the account. I don't touch it. If I'm going out on the weekends, I just use my business card, swipe. If I'm flying anywhere, if you see me flying anywhere, having a good time, chilling in some nice hotel, whatever, that's just comedy money. I never ever touch my full-time money, and it's interesting. It's a beautiful thing. We thank God for that. Thank you guys so much for watching this. We're going to be in Dallas very, very soon. March 18th, African Princess of Comedy. We're pushing this thing heavy, man. It's going to be beautiful. You guys are going to see us on TV this year by God's grace. We're going to take care, man. As we talk whenever I end this show. Anything we don't die in our vulture, and when in doubt, suck that breast. Ginger.